I know it's pretty late in the season to be talking about this, but there is a few tricks you can use to getting away with using Pyrogale Gauntlets in a pretty sneaky way. Now, when you actually read Pyrogale, there is two parts to it. First off, it modifies Burning Maul, basically the Celestial treatment. Instead of several smaller slams doing moderate damage, it is one high damage slam that is a lot more focused. In addition to that, Consecration, which is an aspect on the Sunbreaker tree, gets a little bit of a buff, and more so that it has a sunspot on demand regardless of killing anything. If you don't know what those look like, I shall show you right here. For Burning Maul, one big slam, multiple cyclones, and then for Consecration, slam, smaller cyclone over there. Looks similar, but I don't think it's nearly as damaging. Now, there is a few tricky ways that you can actually use these to more advantage. If you don't know how Consecration works, you will sprint and then slide, and while you're sliding, if you melee twice or input whatever button you have for melee, you'll then do the additional slam. Now, there is a few ways to make this safer. Obviously, slamming into one large area of ads, while satisfying in some ways, isn't exactly safe. And there is a few ways you can mitigate that. So if you don't know how Consecration works, specifically for the ignition, the first wave has to hit, and then the second wave also has to hit to do the big part of the damage. And there is a good way to keep something focused. Let's say something is sprinting at you, but you need to be sprinting at it. Now, there is a certain way you have to do this. Now, mid-slide, once you're already there, if you actually hit the reverse on your movement input in any good way, that can help you stay alive by this way. Watch closely. If you see something heavy coming at you and you're not so sure about slamming or being in a good spot, you can easily just kind of put back in your movement and you'll actually jump backwards in your Consecration slam. Now, it's not more so something to keep you alive. It's not like it's more damage resistance or anything. It's just a good movement that you can pull in case you don't want to... I mean, look at the difference. I started there, but now I do this. It's like a shotgun range, especially for Crucible. If you see something charging at you, you see a flashlight, it's a shotgun, or see a super charging at you, it's more likely to get off both slams if you actually do the back pedal. It's the sort of thing that can kind of save your life. And same thing for the Pyrogale Burning Maul. Now, normally, this is how it works. You spawn it, you activate it, and you run forward, and you do your slam. And even in some cases, if you wanted to, once it charges back up for a second, if you want to, you could spawn it midair, keep some movement, and then do an instant slam. And there is a few ways you can also keep some momentum. I'm sure you've seen on Golden Gun, Arc Staff, there is a few classes that actually, mid-popping super, you can keep movement. And Burning Maul is one of them. Same thing, if you actually slide mid-activation, you will continue to slide. Now, there isn't many actual good things to this. It's not as nearly, let's say, applicable. It's not safely more so. It's just one of those things to keep an eye out for. Like, if you're running, you want to activate Burning Maul and keep it quick, you could do the jump, you could do a slide Burning Maul, and practically as soon as you're able to move from the slide, you're active Burning Maul. It is one of those things that just kind of lets you stay quick on your feet in case you have no idea exactly what to expect around the corner. But on that note, that is pretty much all I had to say. Is just a few tips for you in using Pyrogale in a more effective way. Now, I know a lot of people too will probably say that Consecration isn't what you should be running. I know it buffs that, but at the same time, about everything else, you know, a lot of people probably say Soul Invictus and Roaring Flames is better off for more damage and everything. This isn't a Consecration is better than Roaring Flames video. It's just tips to use in case you want to use Pyrogale to the fullest. With that, my name is Matt Scorpion. I'll see you in the next video.